All right. Let's get started, shall we? So, who would like to recap what happened last session, 2 weeks ago? Don't be
Hey,
don't be shy. It can't be Xavier.
What did happen?
I did it last week. I mean, I suppose I can do it again.
I mean, you did do a very good job, but does Leah or Nanasi remember what happened?
All right.
I remember going into like this pyramid, and there was this white goop the guys were puking up into the crevice.
All right. So I'll do my short list notes instead. I didn't actually get to finish my long journal entry because it was getting pretty long.
This was a fairly long session.
Yeah. I was a couple paragraphs in, and I was like, I'm not even like halfway through the session yet. Fuck. So let's see. The last session. So we followed the Spanish man and the woman into that lost pyramid. They proceeded to climb the little step pyramid, and they vomited into a crack that sort of split it down the middle. Almost emaciating themselves. Ejecting the contents of their stolen vital fats or whatever. So they absconded off behind the pyramid out of sight, and we swooped in onto the site. We got there, and there was the air was noticeably cooler. There was an abundance of flies around the site. Checking out the site, there was a big pit that we decided to check out first, and the large pit was full of dead and rotting bodies, very very pleasant, in varying stages of decay. There was a sort of side tunnel poking out of it, and a glimmer of gold, but none of us were particularly fond of jumping in at the moment. As we traversed the site, there were some sort of sand traps around the ground, but we managed to avoid those. The other hole in the site seemed to be a decent prospect, but we ended up going around the back to check out behind the pyramid, and presumably found the entrance the pair of human leeches used. And we decided to go with shaft number 2, and scaled on that. We got some ropes from Caesar, our guide, and he took out a lookout post above the pyramid. Daniel volunteered to go first and made the descent into the labyrinthian sort of tunnels beneath the site, and proceeded to almost vomit up the contents of his lunch due to the overpowering decay of rot and decay. And even more flies, somehow. It's a constant theme of more flies.
Yeah.
So we start exploring the tunnels. We go south, and we bump into the giant charnel pit from before. And Punchy decides to volunteer. It says, we haven't come this far just to, chicken shit out now. And proceeds to essentially, crawl through a pile of rotting bodies to get some shiny gold stuff that turned out to be not as important as Daniel was hoping.
It was like a ring or something.
Yes,
right?
it was a handful of gold coins and a ring. Not
It was a nice sapphire ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a couple of Spanish doubloons, and it was a nice sapphire ring that Daniel, due to his overwhelming wealth, recognized was there was a maker's mark on it from Basil and Lloyd, which was a London manufacturer. So presumably they had we weren't the first expedition to make it to this site. We kept exploring the tunnels, and we found Mr. and Mrs. Vomit. They were comatose on straw mats, and ignoring stealth almost entirely, we just kind of walked up and plotted their demise, going off of old vampiric folklore. We took that old conquistador sword we found, and
started hacking away.
America just started hacking away at its neck, and it took a little longer than anyone was comfortable with for that head to come off, but it did. And
it was still like moving around, blinking with its head stabbed off.
Yeah, those empty eyes were still rolling. Its mouth was forming silent screams, yada yada. So Daniel poured some oil on it, lit a match, and it burned rather quickly. And after the head had burned, the remainder of the body rapidly decayed. And we got kind of cocky and decided to skip the dismemberment step on the second body of the man and went right to just lighting its head on fire. So everyone dogpiled on its limbs, Daniel lit its head on fire, and surprisingly enough, when your head's still attached, you can still move your limbs, and the struggle it did. And although it was pretty ridiculously strong, it also had like 6 bodies holding it down, and that's a lot of weight. So thankfully we managed to held it down long enough for the head to burn, and we made it along our merry way, going a little bit with that taken care of. There was also a giant pile of gold in that room, though we decided to leave that until we had dealt with the any remaining threats in the pyramid. We pushed on a little bit further and into another sort of hallway where we found that gold band that had been spoken of in the myths. And there was a mummified corpse of some previous victim, and we hastily again attempted execution number 3 that once again backfired, but thankfully America got a very excellent shot with a flare gun that killed it spectacularly.
Yeah. Just burst into flames.
Renee went batshit crazy again. Rest in peace.
Poor girl.
Yes. And we eventually found the section of the gold band that had been removed. There was a disgusting leak of human fat that had been seeping out in a rather deep pool around the broken spot. We decided to finagle a very complex solution of like jumping a rope across and then trying to use that to like maneuver someone to place it in without ever having to get
Honestly,
in.
I don't know what was going on in our heads when we were thinking that.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell are you guys thinking?
Yeah. We were so desperate to not touch the pool that we went to some interesting lengths. And Lawson fails the jump and falls face first into the pile of I'm gonna say liquid.
Fat.
I felt it was more like gelatinous human fat. And he was attacked by sentient sort of fat tentacles that tried to put it lightly, impregnate him with some weird fat leech things that
through their mouth.
Yeah, through
They
his
got
mouth.
very lucky. They rolled an out one on that.
Yeah. Thankfully, we managed to give him the old 1-2 Heimlich, and he popped that little sucker out. And Daniel and and with everything going on, just decided to say fuck it, and he grabbed the rod and wandered into the pool, and the little creatures immediately like scattered as soon as the rod came close, and that was a very oh shit moment of this would have been a lot easier had we just gone in with the rod, but how were we supposed to know?
Right.
It was obvious death trap. I mean, come on. So Daniel walks in, smacks that bar in, the leeches shrivel up and die, there's some mystical mumbo jumbo stuff going on. Now that the seal is once again in place, we exit the pyramid, and we find Mendoza, who has somehow been like sprinting like all day and all night to catch up with us, and just I'm assuming just of having recently reached the pyramid, proceeds to pull a Thanos snap and disintegrates in front of us. And
that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. And our job done. We carry as much gold as we can physically loot. I mean salvage. I mean preserve from the ancient pyramid.
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, it belongs in a museum.
It was legally procured.
Yeah, everyone gets money.
You're on a mission from the university.
Exactly,
or the museum.
exactly. I have entirely legitimate reasons that also happen to justify my high level of fast talk. So I get famous, other people get money, and it all works out spectacularly, aside from the perhaps slight amount of psychotherapy that some of us may have needed.
Yeah. That's a pretty good recap.
Yes.
Thank you, Trevor. And it's
4 years later.
4 years later, you've all received a telegram from your favorite friend, Jackson Elias, who accompanied you on that expedition in Peru so long ago, saying he has learnt something about the Carlyle expedition. Which the Carlyle expedition is a fairly known murder case that happened in 1919. I have a little write-up of the public information available about that. You can just search by looking through an old newspaper or whatever.
Common information.
Common information. You wouldn't have to work really hard to get it, and it's fairly robust. But yeah, the whole gist is that a young Roger Carlyle took an interest in archaeology and funded an expedition to Egypt, and along the way takes a break in Kenya due to the extreme heat in Egypt, and he is murdered in Kenya by a tribe of Kikuyu tribesmen. And it's a whole
Mm-hmm.
case. Several of the tribe members get imprisoned or executed. His sister, Roger Carlyle, not Roger, Erica Carlyle, was inherited pretty much everything of Roger's. But yeah, you can read about that in that little handout I made. Yeah, and it's been 4 years. The day is January 15th. You're all standing. You've all you've all got that message from Jackson Elias.
What's
and
the,
when
what's
you've all
the year?
1924.
1924. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all summoned you to the Hotel Chelsea, which is a not the most extravagant hotel in in New York. It's fairly well known for being welcoming of people of all ethnicities. Yeah, and he's currently staying in room 410. But before we go any further, does anybody have anything you want to say what they've been doing over the past 4 years?
Yeah. Daniel's had quite a bit happen to him in the last 4 years, but he's finally finished his thesis, so it's now Dr. Adler. Thank you very much. Or yeah, and he's now has a tenured position at Miskatonic University at Arkham. The professor of archaeology, the fabled Dr. Adler of that lovely little Peru expedition.
And what about you, Kenny America? What's happened with you?
Well, after that hustle and bustle of that expedition that Kenny went on, he decided to live out a few years in New York, just working as a freelance accountant, just returning to his roots, and just working just enough to live a comfortable life while visiting his family and
not too hard with an extra $2,000 in your pocket.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. What about Jacob Gore in Nazi? What's he been up to? Nazi?
Then?
Oh, I can't hear him.
Oh,
And I think about it, I haven't
Hello?
heard him. Oh, hello.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
Were
Have you been speaking this whole time?
I guess I was muted the whole time.
oh boy.
Oh
Oh.
That's why I got cut off while I started talking about the what we did.
Sorry.
Now
about
we just
that
don't care
news.
about you, man. Sorry.
I'm like, oh, he's a lot better at it than me. Yeah, no, I went back to work at the for the city morgue
Mhm.
for the police station.
Are you located in New York, right?
Yes, I'm in New York.
Okay. Oh,
So I've
Just,
gotten
just a bunch of Yankees.
we
yeah,
should.
went back home and started working there again, and probably got a bit more interested in the actual investigations than just looking at the bodies
Mm.
from our trip, and then pretty much try to take care of my sister,
Nice.
Mhm.
getting her through school.
We should probably mention those that were not here to join us. We've
So I guess with Punchy, like me and
Yeah.
him are friends in New York, so like we'd like hang out at bars every so often. But like,
He's around, but he probably wasn't very fond of that deep throating he got in Peru.
Yeah,
maybe
like
he's
that.
sworn off the investigator life.
Yeah, he returned back to regular crookery, not this fancy pillaging pyramids kind of crap.
Yeah, and
Perhaps Renee is, off somewhere in
Yeah.
France.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then
a
it's silence painting
crazy
stuff.
little preoccupied making crazy people paintings.
yeah, probably the last time you guys like heard about her, she was like spending like time in England or something. Became decently well known as an artist, but her paintings are definitely probably taken a slant for the strange.
Weird.
Yeah, the weird. But we have a new face in this group. Would you like to introduce Adolf to the rest of the group, Xavier?
I would love to. I'm Adolf Planck, cousin of Maxwell Planck. I too have my doctorate, but I am not of his same success. I have a history with investigating with some previous members, upon which I learned some dark magic, and I've spent the last several years trying to explain it with science.
How's that been working out for you?
Not well. Some interesting backstory. I used to have a wife. I'm a widow now. Went through a rough period where she drove me insane, and
Literally.
and I ended up divorcing her. And along the way, she started sleeping with my other members of my group, and ended up dying herself. So.
Oh, please! Only Mr. Belvedere slept with Rose.
That is true. And I guess since then, he's replaced a significant other. He has a female pupil that's part of his classes. He does not have a romantic interest in her. She's just so important to him because he sees so much of himself in her, and he wants her to succeed. But she's insane, and she might have romantic feelings for him.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell us how you're familiar with Jackson Ellis? The good friend of yours. He's
Oh,
you were about to say something, Trevor?
I was gonna say if you didn't have an existing connection, I would have offered one as being a fellow professor at Miskatonic. That we might have got to know each other in the last 4 years or whatever. Being like, oh hey, like I've seen some shit. Oh yeah, I've seen some shit too. Let's talk about the shit we've seen.
That'd be kind of fun. Like Adolf started talking about this crazy shit, and everyone dismissed him. And then, who is Trevor playing? Daniel here experiences similar shit.
Indeed.
Maybe Adolf isn't as crazy as everyone says he is.
Yeah. And when you've heard that your friend Daniel's got the call for adventure, like I guess for adventure, like you're like thinking maybe just one more time.
Just one more.
We'll come out of retirement just one more time.
Memory dims
Yeah.
all the bad things that happened.
Yeah. We cut to a scene in the Hotel Chelsea. It's got like a yellow orangish sort of like carpet to it. The hallways like decently like large enough to get like maid service like through with like trolley carts and like whatnot. It's got like this like old aged smell to it. You can tell like a lot of people like to like smoke in like the whole like in the hallways and the rooms. As all the roof tiles are like yellowed slightly. And at the very end of this like corridor, we see a door that Jackson is staying in, room 410. And we see our investigators in this hall in front of the door. What do you guys do?
So we're in front of his room. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's right in front of his room, the hotel room 410. It's currently 8 p.m. He told you to meet you here at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
Nanaz, you knock on the door.
Yep.
No response. You don't.
I open
why
the
don't
door.
you give me a listen? Why don't you give me like a listen roll after you like knock the door? Oh nope.
Here
So
no.
you don't get like a response, and you go to open the door, and you discover that it's locked.
Can I call his name? Like Jackson? Through the door?
You can.
Okay, I want to do that.
All right. No response.
Bang louder.
Let's.
Well, are you sure this is the right room, fellas?
That's what the receptionist said.
Perhaps he's had some sort of medical accident. He might have had too much to drink or something.
Only we had somebody with locksmithing skills.
Oh! I forgot. So in my downtime, I picked up skills that might have been useful in my previous adventures.
Maybe you learned something from David.
I learned something from the amazing Kragan.
Oh! Yeesh. Shit, I forgot to mention. We all forgot to roll for luck last session, so if you guys want to do that now.
Oh, okay. It's the what?
It'd be a D100 and you want to fail. And if you fail, you get to add D10.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
My scores are high again.
I can
79 luck.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I was before, with how I was,
Stupid.
Shit, okay.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Thank you.
I was before, like, I changed how the pushing rolls work, but I think I'm going to revert that back to what that was, because it's just too much effort to keep that in mind. So I'll just, like, revolt to the default of, like, how it normally works.
Oh, so we're going back to standard pushing?
Yeah, standard,
rules?
yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I like the... I shouldn't say I like them, but they definitely are helpful as on like the player side of things.
I feel like we forget about without how I was doing it before. We just like forgot about it like too much, and like after the roll. So, would you like to attempt to push that there, Xavier, or would you like to like spend some luck, or just accept that as is?
I can spend 5 luck, right? And that's
It'd be 7 luck.
We could always kick down the door too.
oh yep.
I don't want to pay for this hotel's
I'm gonna
door.
be useful. I'll spend.
This was like a lower class hotel, right?
Yep.
Like it's probably like
Just
some
gonna buy the
flimsy-
hotel.
It's some flimsy ass cardboard. Like
I just
Well,
don't
I'm
want
sure
security
it's
on
still
a till, you
considered a
know?
wood door.
Besides, we have a perfectly good reason. What if he's like had like a heart attack or some shit? Like, obviously, our medical professional here would need to get to him. He's
Yeah. So, though I think Xavier spent the luck, so
Ah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I spent the luck.
I'll describe to you what you see. So you unlock it, open the door, and I have a lovely picture as to what you see. So you open the door, and splayed amongst, on top of his bed, you see the body of Jackson Ellis. His stomach cut open, his bowels spilled out over the bed, and was like lying in a pool of blood. A bunch of men, they're kind of like all like paying attention to the door. Two of them are like, African Americans with red. All of them actually have like red ties like tied around their head, and like one European-looking man by the window, and they're all kind of like they've all been like silently just like standing there, like looking at the door, like jiggle and jiggle. And as you like open the door, all hell breaks loose. One of them standing by the door, he has this let me just find this real quick. It's a weird sort of like
Are we gonna
he has
die?
a machete. He has a machete in his hand. He was kind of like standing like besides the door, and as Adolf like comes in, he goes to like bring down the machete down on Adolf. And let me change the music.
Yes.
Yes, it's a bit too casual. Yeah. So, gotta get rid of this mummy here. Doesn't belong in this.
Yeah, that mummy's
That
long.
mummy-
dude.
That mummy didn't last long.
Alright, I'm just gonna drag you guys onto here. Actually, add turn. Oh shit! I don't. You guys can't see that. Oh yeah. So yeah, you get like a moment to like observe this before all hell just kind of like breaks out loose with like this one guy bringing a machete down on Xavier or Adolf. What's your dexterity, Trevor?
Daniel is 50.
All right. Daniel 50. Nanazi, what's Jacob's dexterity? 60.
60.
Kenny America.
Mine's 50.
50. And I believe yours is 51, right, Adolf?
I'm 50.
Oh, you're 50? Alright, and then I have to go find this real quick. Oh, this music didn't keep its tension like I thought it would. 65 and 80.
Oh my god.
Alright, so yeah, everybody else, yeah. So the cultists get to one of the cultists gets to go first. I guess he's like the one like standing there by the door, and he's wielding this like machete. And I guess it's Adolf that you see first. So he brings this machete down onto Adolf. Find his character sheet. Why doesn't it have this listed?
Hey, welcome to the campaign, Adolf. I hope you like playing for 5 minutes and then dying.
Yeah. Hello. Goodbye.
I hope I don't die.
Alright, so how...
Like
do you
realistically,
dodge
I have
or
no.
do you dodge or fight back?
I'm getting
I
too old for
will
this shit.
dodge.
Alright. Oh, a success. Make sure to make a check there. He only got a success, so the machete like comes down at you, and you manage to like step back just before it comes down. It's another one of their turns. You see like one of them, like there's like a desk in the room, like grab a piece of paper on the desk, and he goes like outside of the window onto a fire escape. And then it's the Nazi's turn as Jacob Gore.
So there's still the one by the door, I guess.
There's one by the door. There's one of them was scrounging through like the luggage of Jackson, and he's kind of still like standing there. He hasn't done anything yet. But yeah, one of them's like attacked Adolf, and one of them's like jumped out of the window of the room onto the fire escape.
There's 3 of them, right?
There's 3 of them. Yeah, one of them, 2 of them African American, and one of them is white, European, maybe Irish.
Okay.
I
would go for the one that's running with the piece of paper with presumably
but I'd have to
valuable
run into the room
information
into a bunch of people. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a fighter.
It's true.
I mean, it's up to you guys what you guys do.
Hey,
But think of poor Jackson. You have to avenge him.
Is he dead? Like, can I tell if he's dead or not?
He's very fucking dead.
Okay.
on a scale from 1 to dead, he's dead.
Yeah.
I'll just, I don't know, try and occupy the guy by the door, I guess. I'll just try and punch him or something.
So you're gonna punch him? Alright, so there's gonna be a fighting brawl.
That was horrible. Hello?
Uh-oh. This happened earlier.
This ain't good.
Oh, is it just Grog that got...
Yeah, like his mic just like quit working earlier when I was talking to him.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Grog, if you're talking.
Hello? Test.
Hey,
Oh,
There
there
you
we go.
I'm guessing I failed horribly.
Yes, you failed. And I succeeded. Though, luckily... oh. This might be bad.
Yeah.
Do I die?
So, yeah, the machete, comes down. Oof. For 7
Wow.
damage. I think you're still alive.
That might be a massive... Or, what
I got
is it called?
Yeah,
Three
so
left.
that's a major wound. So underneath hit points, mark major wound, and I need you to make a Constitution roll.
Oh, he's a
no.
big fucker. He's got a damage bonus.
Oh yeah, he's big boy. Adolf, you see how this all go down very quickly. Yeah, Jacob Bugor just like jumped in front of you, trying to like, I don't know, punch or tackle this guy, and he just brings his machete down on him, and like we just see like Jacob collapse on the ground, writhing in pain and blood as he falls unconscious. What do you do?
Oh.
Oh, man.
You have a pretty good handgun skill.
Yeah, can I shoot him?
Sure. I'm guessing you just have like a 1911 or something, right?
Yeah, probably something generic.
Yeah. So yeah, make a handgun roll.
Oh.
The damage is D10 plus 2 if you're using a 1911. Plus 2.
Oh, I forgot the plus. Do I need anything else? I don't think so.
You
Just
probably
be a
want to try
handgun
hit
roll.
first. Yeah. Is it a... What is it? It's a bonus dice for point blank, right? But
yeah, I think so. Oh wait,
But is he technically in close combat? Because you...
yeah, I think he'd be technically in close combat.
Oh, is that how that works? I didn't know.
I think they cancel or shooting.
Yeah, it gets.
Yeah.
I think it's cancelled out. Yeah, by the melee.
Oh, I see.
So you miss, unless
I
you want to spend
spend
luck.
7 luck.
You can spend 7 luck.
I'll spend 7 luck.
Alrighto. I should have got the pen out, which I'm a bit stupid for that. What's this guy's hit points? Oh shit, I didn't keep track of that. Size of 15. So yeah, the gun goes off and you nick him in the shoulder, and he's like, "Ugh!" Yeah, there's blood spouting everywhere, but he's still up. Kenny America.
Okay, so I forgot. How does it work for if I want to shoot 3 shots instead of 1? Do I get
You
disadvantage on each shot?
take a penalty die on all the shots.
Okay.
But you get to make 3 attack rolls. And you're not technically in melee, since that's technically where
That's
Xavier
where...
and this guy is. So you'd have point blank, which would cancel out the penalty die. And the hallway is not cramped, so you can like kind of like work your way like around Adolf where he is.
Okay. That sounds like a plan then. I'm gonna get this guy off of Adolf.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot 3 times.
Pew, 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 pew.
Alright. Roll 1. Okay.
Oof, that'll hit.
Alright, tell me what happens first.
Yeah, so you nick him.
Uh-huh.
Whoops. Yeah, another good shot, like maybe like the lower abdomen. But he's still standing. Yeah, he's though he looks pretty shut up, but he seems to be still alive.
Alright, I'm gonna sink some more lead into this guy.
All right.
Okay. That
Fail,
missed.
and you have like 1 more attack.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
Hard 3, and maybe you get like him in like the arm or like the elbow or something, and the cumulative like amount of bullets in him and blood loss, he collapses down on the ground, though still alive.
Wait, okay. So
yeah.
he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. So what happens here? Like he hasn't actually taken a major wound.
Oh, okay.
What's happened here? You've just all the damage rolls are so low that they didn't cause him a major wound. If he did have a major wound, he'd be on like death's door or whatnot. But luckily for him, it's only ever been a series of small gunshot wounds.
But it
keeps this up. You'll eventually build up immunity to small caliber.
Nice.
Sorry, Joe, what was that?
him.
Oh, so but he's like out.
He's out. Yeah, he's knocked
Oh,
out.
okay.
No, not a threat. I should probably put more of these on here. Yeah, I'll put. Yeah, this is the European guy. He's still in the room. This guy. Oh. This guy's like still like the Irish looking guy. He's still like by the luggage. It's Daniel's turn, and there's like a guy on the fire escape.
Let's see here. I think we're gonna try to shoot the guy on the fire escape if he's still in
Alright.
line of sight.
He had the zoomies.
Oh, hello, guy. Let's see here. Where's my firearms?
Actually,
yeah,
I'll just drag you guys all over to here, since I have this prepared. Should have done this a little while. So this guy's out.
Ah, yes, the old chase.
This guy's here. He's technically, yeah. Everybody's technically on the fire escape, but he just completed it, but you can still shoot him.
Yeah. Alright. Well, here we go. Yeah.
Oof.
Bang.
That's a miss. Yeah, you hit like the fire escape. Yeah. And then it's the one of the cultists' turn. So the Irish guy like sees this all goes down and goes jumping onto the window onto the fire escape. And he's you hear the like clack 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 as they're like both like running down the fire escape.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's the first cultist's turn. Let me find his stuff. Oh, he's gonna attempt to jump these boxes. And he does so. So he goes down the fire escape into it's like a cold winter in New York. So there's like snow kind of like everywhere. There's like a large. He's like currently in like an alleyway. There's like a large like a series of boxes kind of like blocking his escape. He runs up and in an amazing leap jumps, vaulting over them.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's down. Nazi's down. Adolf, it's your turn.
Fire escape. I will shoot the Irish one.
Yeah, he's currently on the fire escape. Making a handgun roll.
Oh crap! I closed my sheet. And
Oof!
Ooh.
Yeesh. Let me find this guy's stats real quick. Well. Yeah, so how much damage did you do there?
4.
4, alright. Yeah, so he's still up. He you nick him in the arm. He's like starting to like drip blood out of there. But he's still going. He's still running. Kenny, well, what do you do?
So how does this work? Do I chase after them?
Do you want to chase after him?
So like if I move, will I still be able to shoot at him?
Actually, I should go into the chase rules here.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's Kenny's move?
9.
9.
I'm a speedy boy.
9, 8. So who's the slowest? Adolf. What's Adolf's speed? 7.
Oof.
So yeah, technically you get 3 actions every round. So you can choose to move, shoot, or fire. Yeah, Adolf will only have like 1, but yeah, because he's so slow.
That old age, man. Hard on the joints.
Yeah, so you can attempt to like get onto the fire escape, or you can try to like shoot. The guy that's like on the sidewalk now, he's too far out to like shoot him from this distance.
Yeah.
You might be able to get the Irish guy who's like, who's just landed down from the fire escape.
Yeah, can I get up onto the fire escape and take shots at the Irish guy?
Yeah, sure. Technically, you could get up to you could get to him and then shoot him, since you have like 3 actions. So you could get onto the fire escape. Actually, no, it'd be fire escape. And then you'd be in the alleyway. Then you can shoot him from here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to do that.
All right.
So,
yeah.
I'm in his face.
Yeah, you got a gun.
I want to do rapid fire on the Irish guy.
All right.
Just
You're not
right
point blank range, so it's going to be at a penalty die, but I believe you can do it.
So I get the penalty die this time.
Yeah, the penalty die, you're not in point blank range.
Okay.
That was the other guy.
Alright, shot 1. Alright.
Whoa! He goes down.
Oh shit, alright.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Can I take aim at the other guy too? From here?
Let me just double check how multiple fire works.
Yeah, I think you might take a penalty die if you target different.
Someone else.
Yeah, multiple targets.
Well, like, I'm already shooting, so it's like...
You'd get 2 penalty dies.
Yeah, okay. But, like, I already committed to the shots, so... I kinda have to. So I'm just gonna do the other 2
Yeah,
shots.
so I'll say if you want to like do a different target with your multiple attacks, it'll be another penalty die, so you'd have 2 penalty die.
Yeah, so can I do that with the other 2 shots?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You're gonna have a hard time hitting.
Nope. Nope, okay.
No, you fail. And you have 1 more move action. You can attempt to like get like there's a bunch of boxes and heavy snow fall in your way, separating you from this guy. You can attempt to either like jump over it, which would be a jump roll, or you could like try to like push your way through the boxes, which would be a strength roll.
Oh boy. Well, I suck at jumping, so I'm gonna try using strength to chase after him. Okay. Strength, here we go. Alright then!
Yeah.
Curse you and noodle arms.
Yeah, so you like trying to like push your way through these like tall stacks of boxes, and you kind of like you've managed to like push like through the boxes, but like one of them like tips and like crashes on top of you,
Oh, jeez.
Poor
dealing 3 damage.
Oh,
Ken.
what's in these boxes? Can I see?
They're wooden boxes.
Oh, they're wooden boxes. Okay. That
Yeah.
explains a lot.
Daniel.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so who was it of us that went down? Was it Gore?
It was Jacob Gore. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not at 0. He's not at 0 hit points, so he'll be fine for now. But he should see a doctor sometime.
Yes.
But
He should see himself, is what you're saying.
Yes. And I know.
Can I do something about that?
you're unconscious right now.
Oh.
No.
So
I'm sorry.
And Adolf here's a bit of a slower guy, from his old age and years of the years of investigations have caught up with him. So Daniel is going to ask Adolf to stay here and call the police, and with that and gun in hand, Adolf's gonna Daniel's gonna go and jump out that fire escape and give chase.
All right. So you have 3 actions. You get to the down to the alleyway.
You see me covered in boxes.
Yeah. Oh, you managed to get through, but
Oh,
you took
okay.
some damage. Yeah. Yeah. So the like passageway that Kenny like made's kind of like collapsed in itself from the boxes. You can either try to push your way through or jump over it. If you want to, you can spend multiple move actions to give yourself a bonus die. So you could spend 2 move actions to like go across this barrier, which would give you a bonus die.
Those are some mighty fearsome boxes, I must say.
Yeah. That is a good question. Is there a good line of sight from here to hit him, or
I'd say you have a penalty die because of like the boxes and the snow, the distance. So
All right.
it'd be a penalty die to hit.
I'm just gonna try to force my way through these boxes, and I'll spend the
Bonus die to do it.
Yeah, I'll spend my other move action and do a bonus dice and hopefully push through these boxes, because my jump is not that great. I'm gonna take a 50% chance over a 20% chance.
Yeah, I'd understand that.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Whoop. Aha!
Ah, you did it. Yeah, so you managed to push your way through, catching up with Kenny America. He's
Hey,
down,
what's up?
and then it's his turn. So yeah, he gets like he comes into like a sidewalk, and it's like full of like people and like whatnot. He's like trying to like let's see, what's his stats? He's just pushing his like way through. It's a combination of like snow and like crowded like sidewalk. He's just like pushing his way through. Like people are like, "Ow, hey!" and like he knocks over like a woman or something on his like way through. And let you roll for him. 62, and he does it.
He's a big boy.
And he's also real fast. He gets to like so he's like running to like on the sidewalk, and he gets to a car that's engine's been like left on, but nobody's inside it. Like quickly opens the door, hops in, it turns the ignition, and starts to drive away.
Oh, jeez.
He's down. Adolf.
Adolf went down on his knee to open that door, and he's finally getting back up. So he gets up really slowly, pushing himself up. He goes to sit on the bed to dial the phone. right as he's typing in an emergency, right as he's dialing the emergency number, he slowly lets out under his breath. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Kenny, it's your turn. So he's just like, he's just like started the engine, like the engine is starting. He's like, you hear the screech of rubber on road. He's going off. What do you do?
All right, I'm booking it. I'm booking it. I gotta chase after
All
it,
right.
man.
Yeah. So how'd you get here? Did you like you live in New York, so you probably have like a car of your own.
Yes, I
Something.
do, indeed.
Okay. And
What's
maybe,
a
like,
brand in the 20s? Ford.
Ford?
Yeah, Ford. I have a Ford. Whatever they look like in the 20s.
Yeah, so you have to get through the slush and the people on the sidewalk. So you have two choices here. You have intimidate. Oh wait, sorry, it's not strength. You can either try to intimidate people out of your way or use size, as the book suggests. But if you've got another idea, I'm all for it.
Okay.
And you still did it.
How much? How many people are there here?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Like, it's like crowded New York street.
Can I like take the cash in my pocket and throw it onto the ground and say, "Hey, everybody, look, it's money."
So like get people like off to like the street, like distract people and like get them out of your way or something.
Yeah.
Give me a credit rating roll to see how much money you're carrying in your pockets.
To see how much money I'm carrying in my pockets.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
so there would be a credit rating roll if you have enough money in your pockets to like create like a sizable enough gap.
Okay, but is this taking up one of my actions to do?
It would take up.
Okay, I don't want to commit to that. Okay. I'm poor, man. I'm poor. I just wanted to see if it would work.
Poor
What
man
should I do?
problems.
When you got size 45.
I think that's what I have to do. I can't think of anything else. I don't have anything on me to use. Okay, fine. I'm using my size to get.
If you want to, you can spend your movement actions to give yourself bonus dice.
Yeah, but then I won't catch up with him.
You have 45. There's a good chance that you're gonna.
Alright, I'm doing it. I'm muscling my way through.
Oh, you did it! Yeah, so you like muscle your way through, like right behind him.
Well, wait. Since I'm so small, can I say like I'm like sneaking through? Like I'm finding pathways.
You're kind of like going through people's legs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Underneath them or something. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Alright. And I guess like your car is just like on the side of the road. I'm guessing you get inside. Start like igniting it.
It's not on, so
It's not on, so you have to get inside, spend like a turn to like turn it on,
and then I'll have one turn
yeah.
to do something. Okay.
He's
Yeah,
like,
I guess like
he's- Or you could try to shoot him from the sidewalk before he turns around a corner.
so. Can I judge that he's gonna be turning around the corner real soon?
I guess
Like-
give me a hard psychology roll.
Okay.
If you want to like try to intuit that, but like intuit his driving habits.
I would go for the shot.
I'd go for the shot myself too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I shoot from here, I get two chances, right? Because
Yeah, you have two. You have two. You can make two attacks because you have two movement actions.
Okay. And from what I know, he's uninjured, right? Like no one.
Yeah,
took
you
shots
haven't
at
seen
him.
you haven't seen anybody hit him successfully.
Okay. Should I just go for the just like shoot lead down the range approach, or like?
You do, you man.
All right. For
If
my
you-
first attack, I'm gonna try rapid fire.
I
If
would-
you want,
I would not, because you're in the middle of New York.
Well,
I mean, you just bustled through a bunch of people. Like there's like.
is there a clear shot between me and him? Is what I'm saying.
yeah, this is gonna probably like be like one of your like last chance to shoot it. I mean, clearly.
Yeah, but like there's no crowds between me and him.
Yeah, the distance still is kind of like minimal, but if he gets
is he
comes
gonna-
to around his turn, he's still in the car and he's not dead. He's gonna drive off and just.
There's no way you're catching him on foot.
Yeah, okay.
But
I'm
you're not the
I
only
gotta
one who
do
has a
this,
car.
man. I gotta shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him rapid fire. Let's do it.
Well, is
I'll
there
deal with the-
is there any penalties to the shot to begin with, or is it just a standard shot?
I think if I take a regular shot, it's just a standard shot.
It'd be so a regular shot would be at a penalty die.
Oh, really?
You can spend another movement action to aim if you wanted to and gain a bonus die. You could either try like hit him like 6 times with 2 penalty dies on the shot,
Or twice with
Or you
one
could-
penalty.
or
Or
you could
once
try
with
to like
no
twice.
penalty.
Yeah, once with no penalty.
I've got some drive, America. So not a lot, but I've got some. But I guarantee you, I have much more horsepower than this guy has.
Alright.
My car is worth more than
he's-
this guy makes in a year. Multiple.
So, okay, do I know which one is Daniel's car?
We probably might have shot the shit a little bit.
If you think that's fine,
Before,
then
yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I have a Packard Twin 6, a 5-seat version. It's 4K.
Man, I'm so poor I don't even know what those words mean, but it sounds fast. So instead of running towards my car, could I like go towards his because I know that he's gonna be coming around soon?
And spend your turn like.
I was gonna say
oh,
just-
well, you don't have the keys.
Yeah, I was
so-
gonna
No,
say
no, I
just
don't.
shoot
I
him.
just want to know where it is.
I'll fire the car and then I can drive and you can shoot.
Oh, I just shoot from here. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
what type of shot do you want? A penalty die, 6 at 2 penalty die, or 1 at a?
Well, if I do the one, I'm not killing him because it's not enough firepower.
You might be able to. Well, if you got an extreme, you'd probably kill him, but you might be able to knock him
yeah,
unconscious.
you might be able to get the major wound. Like,
Can I
as
aim
long
for
as,
the
as long as you
tires?
get average or higher, you have a pretty good shot of.
You
crippling
could
him.
try aim at the tires.
That
I'd
work?
probably like
Yeah.
be easy to chase him down if you're going in the car.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. I think I'm gonna do the 2 shots with 1 penalty die.
All right,
Alright, here I go. Fuck, okay.
fail.
Damn!
Roll that damage.
Oh, damage? Oh, I was doing the actual gun. Okay, or the handgun skill. Oops.
It'd be a D10 plus 2.
Okay.
That is a nice car.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
There you go. You got T10 plus 2.
Ooh, damn!
Fuck.
I have to check this guy out now.
Oh, that is a nice car.
Oh, why did that not?
Looks better than a lot of cars that exist now.
Alright, so he's gonna have to make a constitution roll now.
Well, here we go.
Oh, he makes it. But yeah, you like get him like in the shoulder. You see like the window just like feel like a splat of, like blood.
Hey,
But the
he's
car
gonna have a
seems to be
penalty
still.
die to driving now.
He is, yeah.
So, which means
So-
my 30 drive might actually catch up with him.
Yeah. Daniel, it's your turn. What do you do?
Yeah, I want to get through that crowd of people.
All right, so intimidate, size,
I'm
or
gonna do the same approach of size.
okay.
Um,
Spending any movement for a bonus die here?
I don't think so. I think I've got a decent enough chance, and if not, I've got luck to bring.
Oof.
You were saying.
Well, it's technically a hazard, so you get through it no matter what.
Oh,
But-
what is?
It's like the roll. If you succeed, you don't take the bad thing that comes with it.
Ah.
Yeah, which I'll let you decide if you want to spend any luck or not, or push.
Yeah, that's a lot of luck. But
And you can put.
I would be willing to push it.
All right. maybe like
I'm willing to go like full sprint here and risk
like some really
tumbling
bad
over.
like
Yeah.
tumbling and injury. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Risk
You do that,
risk a decent fall that would fuck this, or at least
Mm-hmm.
he'd get away by the time I'd get up.
All right. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Roll size again. Oof.
Oh.
Really, exactly the
wanna-
same.
Would you like to spend luck on that? Since now it's gonna be it's gonna be worse than it would
Now
otherwise
you're
be.
kinda committed.
Yeah, that would be pretty nasty. I'll let. That would be a nasty fall. And I would really like to get that little piece of paper. And it would also be fun to do a car chase. Yeah, I'll spend the 16 luck.
All right. So you managed to push your like way through. You come across like a patch of like slick ice, and mainly through luck than grace, you managed to somehow stay up and keep running.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So I imagine you get to your car.
Use other move action, get in the car and
Get in the car, turn it on, drive, and you like go by like Kenny America, and I guess you jump in, right, Kenny?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the rest of your turn.
Here we go.
Oh boy, his turn. So yeah, it's the middle of winter right now, and the roads have frozen over pretty badly. So he comes across like a patch of black ice, and I need to see if this guy even has drive auto.
oh god, and he's bleeding out. This is why you don't skimp on your tires.
All right, so he doesn't have drive auto, so he just has a 20% chance of doing this. Ooh.
Nope.
Ooh. Yeesh.
Nope.
Yeah, so he like kind of like skids out, and we see like he goes like into like a sort of intersection. The tires aren't going where they're supposed to go, and he's just like sliding all over the place. And he like goes like through like a red light or something, and he gets like when he gets the back of his car gets like hit by a passing car that was like he like the sounds of like the horns and whatnot, and it's not like a full on collision. He only gets like ruffled around, but let's see how bad it is for him. Oof. Your damage before was 9, 11. Yeah, like, he manages to like somehow like correct himself and keep going, but he gets like tossed around in the front of the car a fair bit, which is not helping his existing wound.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, since you guys have matching speeds now, you guys just get one movement action a turn now.
All right.
Which I think comes down to Kenny.
All right.
What do you do? Are you gonna try to shoot from the
I guess.
window of the car?
Yes, I gotta, because like I'm not the one driving. That's all I can do, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna take a pot shot at him.
I'm gonna give you a penalty die for shooting out of a car.
Yeah, I've never done this before, but I like the feeling. My buddy Punchy told me about this once.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna take a shot at him with a penalty.
You could aim, and then we can shoot him next turn. But, or you could just keep popping off one every turn. And
yeah, that's what I just want to keep doing. All right, let's do it. Oh wait, well it failed anyway, so.
I mean, that's 9 points of luck. And
But
you hit.
you'd still
Well,
have
no, I didn't roll the penalty die. Hold on.
Oh, you didn't roll the penalty.
Yeah, you'd still have to roll one more.
Okay, so it would be the 74.
74.
Okay, yeah, I'll push that one. Or not push it, but
You
spend the
can't
luck.
push. Spend luck.
Be 9.
Yeah, I'll spend
so
the
9 points of
9.
luck.
Yeah.
You hit. He's just like kind of like managed to like correct himself, and then you like managed to like Why don't you describe you killing this guy to me, Leah?
Alright, so, my old friend Daniel Adler from our last expedition just took the wheel. We're just blazing through the middle of, winter New York, dodging and weaving through traffic. I just, lean myself out of the window, look over the hood, find where his, this guy's head is at, just shoot one shot, because that's all I need. Right into the back of the neck. He collapses onto his steering wheel, horn just blaring. I think there's horns in the 20s. Yeah, and he
Doesn't
just
matter.
the steering wheel goes out of control and just goes right into the pole to his left.
All right, yeah, and yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
The chase is over.
Wonderful.
That was exhilarating.
No wonder Punchy leads a life of crime.
Yeah, yeah, so, like, what do you guys do? There's, like, a whole bunch of people, like, on the side of the streets, like talking on themselves, to, like, they see you guys just, like, do this, and, like, see this guy, like, crash on, like, the, like, on the side of the road, killing a guy. There was, like, several gunshots.
So,
Do you, like,
did they see me shoot?
Yeah, they saw you, like, people saw you, like action heroing it up, like, poking out of, like, the window of a car, like, and, like, get that guy in the back of the neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, but to them, I kind of just shot a guy dead.
I'm gonna get my lips flapping real quick here,
Like,
and spin us a nice tale,
all right.
and also ask someone to call the police.
And,
While he's doing that,
would you like to push it?
I could push it.
Mm.
That could get us in some deep shit.
I think we're already in kind of deep shit, because we just, like, shot a guy in broad daylight. Or no, it's nighttime, actually.
It's 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Currently. Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's New York, it's hustle and bustle.
Do I have a New York, like a city sort of soundtrack?
All right.
I should get one of them.
Yeah, I might as well push it, but knowing my luck.
Listen,
You can
I
do
believe
it.
in your luck.
All right. Yeah. So Adler will. Yeah. He'll start adding onto the yarn, and aside from like he's a murderer thing, trying to spin some bullshit here,
What?
drop the fact that he's a military officer, yada yada.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. I've seen the fields of war.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is a
They
major
fucking bought it
Adler.
right up.
Major Adler, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Dr. Major Adler.
Yeah, you're able to like, you're able to say a few things to these people and pretty much like nip anything like, nip any sort of
Citizens
like
arrest.
rumor mill, citizen arrest or anything, and people won't molest you. Yeah.
All right.
About that.
Seeing
But,
this happen, I want to rush over to the car and see what that piece of paper was all about that I was trying to make up.
While I'm spinning a yarn.
Yeah.
Let me check real quick.
I like to imagine that I'm like speaking to like the rapidly assembling crowd, like while you're busy in the background, like looting
I
this
just
guy's
sneak out
glove
the other
box.
door in the back, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you like start like rummaging through stuff, like the stuff and whatnot, and you come across he's had a few things on him.
I want to take
You
whatever I can get my
you
hands
find
on.
this letter.
Okay.
You still get the check for pushing, right? It's just not for luck.
Yes. Yeah, I believe it's for pushing. Yeah. You find this business card on him,
Okay.
and you find this matchbook on him.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And I can identify the letter as being the piece of paper that he took at the
Yeah,
start?
that was the thing he took.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take all of this stuff.
Yeah. And, yeah, we can kind of do a little bit of a... yeah. I assume you guys, like, searched the other two?
They're, like, way back there, though.
Yeah. I guess, like, Adolf has, like, time in the room.
Yeah, I think, well, I'd probably hold down the scene here, and I would have, I'd have you check out the Irishman back in the alleyway.
Okay.
And I'll since we've already plundered through this guy's car, and I've already made notice of myself. I'll hold down the car and this dude here until the police arrive.
Okay. I'll make my way back and search for the Irishman.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'm sure Adolf is busy looting the apartment.
The guy in the hotel room.
Yeah. So he only had, like, one thing on him, but you find this pamphlet on him.
Do I find any money?
No, these guys don't have any money.
It's okay.
So who found this, me or Adolf?
Kenny finds this on the Irish dude.
Okay.
This
Ah,
pamphlet.
New York University! I used to be a student there.
Yeah. Tonight only, the Cult of Darkness in Polynesia and the Southwest Pacific. A 2-hour lecture with slides delivered by Professor Anthony Cowles, PhD, of the University of Sydney, Australia, and presently Loxley Fellow of Polynesian Exeteria and Miskatonic University, Arkham.
Ah.
What time is it
It's
right
got-
now?
It's about like 8:15.
Okay. How far is New York
Like
University?
you probably like turned like the back of this, and you see this was actually like this presentation was like actually a few days ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say, like, tonight only, 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. right now. Let's get going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I assume Adolf ransacks the room. Yeah. So you go like you search for the other guy's pockets here. You find this photograph.
Ooh.
You find this business card with a signature in the back. And you find this typewritten letter. And since you're spending so much time in the room, you get a good look at the body of like Jackson here, and you see the people before after they murdered him, they carved this weird symbol into his forehead.
Oh, yikes.
I'll just show this to you guys, so you have this to you. Oh, I should have shown this to you earlier. Here's a scene of them running down the fire escape.
Oh, man.
But yeah. Yeah, Adolf, you were calling the police, right?
Yeah, I'd call the police and probably loot.
Loot while the police were arriving.
Yeah, I got time.
Before they arrive, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, roughly like it takes about like 15 minutes. Actually, no, it'd be like 10 minutes, I guess. But you guys have like time to like rummage around and whatnot before they get here. Yeah, they arrive like 10 minutes later, and they secure the site and make sure you guys stay where you are. We tell you that
we need to get Jacob Gore to a hospital. What do you mean?
Oh yeah. So yeah, seeing the injured.
I'm sure he would have probably noted that in his call to the police that hey, you need an ambulance.
Yeah, an ambulance arrives. Yeah, to to assist Jacob Gore, take him to the hospital. Yeah, and the two cops here tell for the rest of you to wait here for the detective to arrive.
Of course.
Yeah, and he will do the statement taking. Yeah. So yeah, unless you guys do anything, the detective will arrive.
Yes, I await the detective.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything of importance to do.
I just need to check something. Okay. Yeah. And the detective arrives, and I gotta find his picture. As he's So a somewhat like middle-aged man, a bit overweight.
So when you say a bit, what are we talking here?
We talking chunky or we talking chungus?
But he ain't like. He could still like hoof it if he needs to.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes, the I'm not fat, I'm big boned.
Yeah, and he arrives and sees the lot of you, and well, what do we have here? I'm Lieutenant Poole, and you are, and he makes a
Major
gesture.
Adler, professor at Miskatonic. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, detective.
Are we introducing ourselves to him? Yeah, and you could just call me Kenny America. I'm just your regular old freelance accountant.
I am Dr. Plank of the University of Mississippi. PhD in physics. I'm gonna be arrogant. I'm a physicist.
I mean, that's fair. I dropped major on lieutenant here.
I mean, he's part of the police, not the
Yeah.
military. And I don't believe you're active anymore.
Oh no. But no, I get to wave the veteran status over his head.
Oh dear.
Wow, the veteran card.
Yes,
before
you
it
know,
existed.
I helped you Yanks back in the war. Glad to help you out now.
Yeah. But he asks the lot of you what you were doing here. Before he basically takes your statement. And we don't really need to go over unless.
What's that? You cut out.
You cut out, yeah. Oh, I guess he must have died again.
Poor Grog.
I assume he just wants to take a statement and we can gloss over it. But yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the case, yeah, I would just like to explain the bare details of oh yes, we're here to visit our good friend Jackson Elias, only to find that he had been dreadfully murdered by a trio of miscreants that we attempted to apprehend.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Am I coming clear?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's basically, he basically wants to take statements of what happened. You guys trying to hide anything specific from him?
Nothing.
Do we want to hide the evidence?
I mean, I wouldn't mention that we.
We're just not telling him.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm not gonna say oh yes, I looted his body and found this
Yeah, of
matchbox, or yes, I found this business card. This is so dreadfully important.
All right then. Yeah. So he brings out a notebook, scribbles some stuff down into it, takes your name, asks you where you're staying, or where you live. So yeah. He'll I guess the paramedics also take away the unconscious murderer who didn't get killed. It's full of bullets instead. Yeah. But other than that, he doesn't say a whole lot. He just mainly asks you a bunch of questions, taking notes. Do you guys want to and try pump him for like information or anything?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
sorry.
I that does sound like a decent idea. You know, because we've been out of touch with Mr. Jackson Elias for some time, and we weren't aware that he had any sort of enemies here in New York. And you know, pointing out the sort of the details of these gentlemen, the sort of strange red headdress, and try to pry the detective if they've had any other run-ins with this gang, or these criminals, whatever you whatever sort of title you've given to these group of miscreants.
Sure. Yeah, so it sounds like you might be like, I don't know, try to like persuade the information out of him. Is that it? Or yeah. Seems like what your approach is for, unless you can think of something better.
Yeah.
Well, I can try to persuade if you don't.
I'll well, I already did fast talk. Yeah, I'll let you do the talking.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I'll drop some subtle hints through fast talk and see if I can get him to inadvertently, leave very vague, open-ended questions and see if he doesn't accidentally blurt something out. But yeah, well, let's go with the open and honest approach.
Open and honest approach, persuade. All right, and Adolf's gonna try to get some information out of him.
Yeah.
What's your persuade?
Oof.
Ooh.
I'll spend 3 luck.
All right, yeah. So you spend the 3 luck, unless you want to push.
No, I'm not feeling lucky
Yeah,
today.
3. You won't get the check.
Yeah.
You won't get the check for the luck, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so he kind of like opens up to you guys, like admiring your like honesty. He doesn't like get like bad vibes from you, and he'll tell you a little bit. So this is like the 9th victim in a 2-year period of a similar murder case to this, where like a person's been like disemboweled and have a strange marking like carved onto their head. He tells you a bit like how there's been like no connections between these people. They've been of like all varying classes and like ethnic groups, like poor people, wealthy people, middle class, white, black, all over the city. Yeah, a doctor called Let me just make sure I get this right. A Dr. Mordishi Lemming recently managed to like link the sign to an African death cult, though he forgets the name of what the cult was called. The case, like with these like 9 murders, was actually recently brought to a close by Captain Robson when he arrested the local Hilton Adams, who was at a murder scene with and the weapon was found in his house, and the blame was pinned on him. But Poole's like, might not be him, or we have another copycat killer on the loose.
Oh, how dreadful!
Yeah.
I do hope that you good chaps put these fellows behind bars. I wish you the best of luck, detective.
And if anybody wants to, they can try to hard charm, fast talk, or persuade to like see if you can pry more out of him.
A hard, you said?
It'd be a hard charm, fast talk, or persuade. So you could try to like.
No. I can't.
I think I'm gonna attempt to persuade him. As a like just for morbid curiosity's sake.
I could also do the fast talk too if you want.
I mean, you guys do what you guys want to do.
Never mind.
Damn! Yeah, you get it.
All right.
Yeah, so we kind of let slip that he kind of thinks that that Captain Robson's on somebody's payroll, that it was just all a little too convenient. And Captain Robson seemed a bit too eager to pin the blame on Hilton Adams. He goes on to say that I think he probably suspects that these killings are some sort of ritual slayings of people who learn too much about something, but he doesn't know what that something is. And he looks at the time, and it's kind of getting late by this is all happening. It's around 10 p.m. It's I gotta check in. But if you guys want to know, if you're interested in all this, you can probably check out one of the local newspapers, find out about all this.
Yes, of course. Thank you
All
for
right,
your
well.
advice, Detective.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
But yeah.
Did they get the name of
quickly,
the detective?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Lieutenant Poole.
Lieutenant Poole.
Okay. Just because I'm friends with my best friend's a detective, so I just didn't know if it was.
Can I
I don't know if he considered be my.
Can I ask him if there's any new developments with the case, could we drop on by and
Yeah, if you have any, if you learn of anything, please pass them along. I'm in the 7th precinct police building.
Certainly, Lieutenant.
Yeah, but otherwise, he comes to the conclusions that you guys went behind this murder and were acting kind of heroically chasing these guys down. But he kind of admonishes you that you should never have done that.
Oh.
But he'll let you off with a warning.
Vigilantism in the 1920s? I like it.
You leave that stuff to the police now, all right?
Yes, sir, officer.
Yeah, but I think we have a downed crew member. I think we should try to figure out what happened to them.
Yes. Recover our,
Please,
our physician.
please, we need our doctor back.
I'll leave the punching to you guys next time.
I feel so bad.
I knew as I was
You're just
I should have just stepped back.
Yeah, that machete. Oof, yeesh. All right, has he taken a major wound? No, unconscious.
So
all right, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna need some time to recuperate.
I'm gonna give you first aid roll. I'm gonna say these guys have 80 first aid, and you got in the hospital, and you're not major wounded, so. All right, they're able to do it. They're professionals. So you recover 1 hit point through the first aid. When does unconsciousness end? I guess you probably
Well, I'm not that badly hurt, so probably by the end of the day or the next morning or whatever.
yeah, probably you wake up and in the hospital, you get this bad machete cut deep into your chest.
I feel like I've just been hit with a machete. What happened?
Yeah, but we have a little bit of a time skip, I think. Unless you guys desperately wanted to do something, as we can kind of cut to the funeral of Jackson, which is actually surprisingly quickly organized. Only 2 days later, on the 17th of January.
Do we know the organizers?
I guess so. The person that's organizing is actually his lawyer.
Oh, okay.
A man known as Carlton Ramsey.
Carlton Ramsey.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I would probably hit up something in the meantime, but we can we can certainly run that as a flashback or something.
Yeah, probably best to run it as a flashback.
Okay.
Nothing too serious. I mean, hitting up the libraries or whatever.
The library,
something like that, or the news.
The library.
Yeah, sure.
But
We'll do that as a flashback.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too intensive.
Yeah. It would have been 2 days, and you recover 1 hit point per day. So on top of that D1 there you got from the first aid and whatnot, you would have gotten 2 more there, Ninazi, bringing you to 6.
Yep.
During that time, could I have my wounds from the boxes looked at?
You would have recovered like
You get 1 HP per day.
Oh, just straight up. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, you probably would have gotten first aid, so that would have given you 1 HP. So you would probably be up to.
Yeah, I took 3. Could I say I recovered then?
Because if first aid is, I think it's 1 HP for first aid and 1 for each day, you'd probably be back up to speed.
Groggy boy.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to understand the
sorry.
healing rules.
Yeah, because first aid is 1 HP. If you're.
Yeah, it's medicine that's D3. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of I'm like looking at this flow chart, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do here?
Where am I on this flowchart?
Oh, you have a major wound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you told me. So they had to do medicine. That's what the D3 was for, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's actually going to take you longer than a couple of days to get out of the hospital bed.
Yeah, it's a week to check off the major wound. I mean, you can still heal everything, or not heal everything, but you can still walk out of there with a major wound. But you make your check after like a week has passed.
Yeah. So he doesn't get the 1 hit point back per day, and he only gets healing if he succeeds on the Constitution check once per week. And you get bonus dice if well cared for. So you have 2 options here, Nanazi. You can you get bonus dice onto this Constitution roll, depending like what you're doing.
I need all the bonus.
So if you're well cared for, which you are, because of like the hospital and whatnot, you get a bonus die. You can take another bonus die if you're resting during that week. But you don't have to. So you can still like move around, do stuff, but you like at the end of the week you wouldn't have that bonus die to that the 2 bonus die on the con roll.
I'm probably gonna take the 2 bonus die.
Yeah, I would just sit up.
My rolls are in the 90s.
Because otherwise you're gonna be trying to walk around with a sucking chest wound. Which means
And you know how well I recover from sickness.
Yeah, which means the next time you get hit with a errant machete, this is probably going to be your last.
How many machetes are there in New York?
Well, one too many, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, I should have picked it up. Not thinking.
But you have like a conquistador sword.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's better.
You have a literal artifact.
I mean, I'd say that belongs more in a museum than a.
Hey, I ain't no museum curator. I'm an accountant. I do what I want. I maximize value and I minimize risk. And I'm maximizing the value of the sword right here in my hands.
Yeah, so we take let's cut to this funeral that's been prepared for Jackson. It's a Wednesday morning. It's light falling snow, and there's like a small crowd of like mourners like around. You see like there's a group of reporters off to the like side of the funeral, keeping a respectful distance from the group of you, and we chime into like hearing the a priest, an old man giving a I guess like what be like what his like last rites or something. No, that's when you do somebody's dying.
Eulogy?
Yeah, eulogy.
Yeah, he's giving it like a eulogy, and we've gathered here today to remember the memory of Jackson Ellis.
Oh wow!
And
what a great
sorry?
Googleizer.
The Googleizer.
Oh, that's never mind. It's a reference to Zoolander.
Yeah, we've gathered here today to remember the memory of Jackson Ellis, and his great life. I guess we get like a panning shot of like the group of you. I'm guessing you're all appropriately dressed in black.
Ah, yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes. And the priest goes on, and would anybody like to say a few words in memory of Jackson here? Perhaps share a happy memory or two.
Do we have any happy memories with the guy?
I mean, you can make one up if you want.
That time he shot the guy running away from our camp when he tried to sneak in.
We
saved
say
your life.
that at his funeral.
You could just say that, yes, he saved my life.
Just the generic, he saved my life, and I owe it to him, and now I can't ever repay that debt. Okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go up there and say something.
Oh, what do you say?
Fuck, what's his name? Jackson Elias was an amazing man.
Aw.
He had many facets to his character that made everyone around him love him and cherish his memory. And now we can't ever get any more memories with him. I myself, you just put him sideways with an axe. Sorry.
Was I gonna nick him dead?
Okay, anyway. Now we can't make any more memories with him. With me, he saved my life once. And now I can't ever repay that debt. But just know that Jackson Elias was a great man, and everyone who is his friend is my friend.
Aw. I guess it's like a small,
Yeah.
respectful clap. Yeah. And unless anybody else has anything they would like to add to that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, an older sort of man here. He's kind of like looks like to be in his like mid-50s. He kind of like speaks up, and he shares a few memories of Jackson with him. You get like the sense he was like on a very professional like level with this like man. He like talks about how he enjoyed revising his the books and hearing his wild and outlandish stories he'd bring with him with all these books, and just amazed at the effort the man would go to for like getting the truth to him of the matter for his books and whatnot, and something like along those lines.
Yeah.
And yeah, unless anybody else has anything to say, the priest concludes the ceremony, and the coffin is like lowered into the ground and whatnot, and I guess like the small crowd that's kind of like gathered like around here. It's not like a very big funeral here, and this man here begins to approach to you. He seems to be like he's a sort of like a Italian sort of Italian sort of look to him, and I'll assume that you're Daniel and Kenny and Adolf, correct? Am I correct? I'm Carlton Ramses. I'm Jackson's lawyer.
Yes, indeed. That is who we are. And what can we help you with in these trying times?
My client Jackson. You're mentioned in his will. Actually, where's your? Do you know a Jacob Gore? Is he here? I hear he's in New York here.
He couldn't make it to the funeral, unfortunately.
Do you know where I would be able to find him?
The hospital?
He doesn't know about the hospital.
Yeah, no. You guys can tell him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I'll just say he had an injury, and he's currently recovering.
I need to speak to a lot of you about the reading of his will, as you're the only ones listed into it. If it'd be I guess I did have it planned to have it in my office, but it seems that your friend is indisposed. Do you know if you'd be amenable if we would be able to schedule the reading at the hospital where he's staying?
I don't believe I see why not.
That's a fair compromise.
Yeah. So he's made a series of peculiar requests, Jackson, and I believe it'd be best if we were all together when I read the will to you. Yes. Yeah. It's I guess is the 19th good for you? On when's the 19th? That would be Friday.
And today's
Today's the 17th.
okay. So Wednesday the 17th. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't. I'm not occupied with anything.
Alright.
I suppose I might have to make a few calls, but I'm sure I can arrange it.
Oh, the classic. I'm busy, but I'll make time for you. I like it.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. And as this conversation is going on, this man approaches the lot of you. It's Ramsey. Who are these men that you're speaking to? Hmm. And he looks at the lot of you. I'm Jonah. Nice to meet the lot of you. I was Jackson's editor.
I reach out and shake his hand. I say, "It's a pleasure, Kenny America." Kind of
nice to meet you, Kenny. Yes. Did you know Jackson well?
We've had a few adventures together.
Hmm.
Getting to the bottom of truth and whatnot.
Yes. My sadly I never got to join Jackson on his many adventures, but I did sure get to hear about them. He would write to me very often, telling me about his adventures and whatnot. But yeah, it's sad to see him leave the world. I felt like there's still so much more for him to do.
Yes.
Indeed, it's almost like it's up to us to carry on the torch, so to speak, you know?
I guess so. He was a quite determined fellow with his work. He was talking about the Carlyle expedition. I have some of his old notes. He'd write to me very often about it, but I'd rather not talk about it in daylight like this. Perhaps visit me if you're thinking about chasing after old Jackson's
his white whale.
His white whale. Maybe visit me at the Prospero House. It's it's a publishing house not too far away from here.
Thank you.
All right, we might just take you up on your offer.
Yeah. And with like that, the kind of like disperses, and the reporters seeing that the time for like mourning is kind of like ended, like also like try to like not accost you guys, but like several, like a bunch of them will like ask you if you have like a moment to like talk about if you have a moment to like talk about the murder with them. Well,
Oh boy.
No comment.
no comment. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to subject them
Yeah.
to what we saw.
And
Yeah.
Dan is going to do a bit of a sort of a bit worked up, sort of facade. I shouldn't say quite facade, but
yeah, they see like that, and they kind of like back off. These reporters are much more nicer than their modern counterparts.
yeah, I don't exactly want reporters in on this shindig.
Those were the days.
Yeah, you hear like one of them.
The last thing we
kinda,
need is to be in a tabloid.
Yeah, well, like one of them is like going or like ask if there's a connection to the Hilton Adams case and whatnot. But it seems that you guys don't want to give them the time of day.
No, I'm gonna take that upon myself and be the channel my inner Brit and just be a cheeky cunt to a lot of them.
All right.
And very give him the cold shoulder on behalf of the rest of the party.
Yeah.
The rest of the party thanks you.
Yeah. The day later. Well, I don't know if you guys read the newspaper or not. But in this particular you guys would spot like this particular newspaper clipping of the what is it? Actually, let's drag you guys over here. And I'll just keep you here. Of the murder. Doesn't seem to add or provide anything more, sadly, but it does mention the Hilton Adams, which you've heard a couple of times.
Indeed, it appears he's still alive.
Yeah, and the newspaper mentions that he's awaiting execution.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
I want to go see him and ask him questions.
questions, yes.
We have a lot of places to go
Yes,
from what we're
a lot
seeing.
of places to visit. Though perhaps we should pay him a visit another time. If that Lieutenant Poole mentioned that what was his name, Captain Robson. Yes,
Yeah.
it suggested that he might have been some sort of crooked cop. If we are to visit a man on death row, that may draw some attention. I would prefer to keep as low as a profile as we can manage for the time being.
I feel you there.
These, because I
Oh,
can.
you're adding the names, thank you, because a lot of them left me.
Yeah, there we go. And I guess we can take another fade to the hospital. It's like Friday. We see a kind of pale face Jacob resting in bed, nursing his wounds. And I guess we see the others arrive. We see Carlton Ramsey arrive through the door.
This is the 19th, correct?
Yeah, the 19th.
Okay.
Unless you, look, we can do flashbacks in between this if you guys want to do anything, but I want to get these scenes out of the way before we finish up.
Yes.
For the
Yeah,
day.
that's fine.
And so, gentlemen, good to meet you. Sorry to hear what happened to you, Mr. Gore. Must have been quite traumatic.
Indeed.
He's speechless.
Yeah.
I was trying to forget.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nazi, are you muted?
Sorry.
This man introduces himself as Carlton Ramsey, and he says, "I'm sorry to hear about your injury there. It must have been fairly traumatic. I can't imagine what getting chopped up by a machete would be like."
Like being chopped up by a machete.
There isn't anything
Yes.
like it.
But yes, I'm Jackson's lawyer, and you're the one of the others that were mentioned in his will. But he like looks at the door and says, "Kenny, would you mind closing that door for me? That's like into like patient room."
Of course.
Yeah.
And I
So he's
move
like,
to-
yeah.
I look out in the hallway to see if there's like anyone, and then close the door.
Okay. You look around. It doesn't seem like anybody's like spying on you or anything. And you see Ramsey. He's got like a sort of like a carry bag with him, and now losing a loved one is or somebody close to you can be quite hard to deal with. So I've brought some lubricant to help the process along. You see him like fetch out like a bottle of bootleg liquor.
Phrasing.
A couple of yeah, it's a nice brown. It's like you nice brown bourbon. A few glasses. Always helps. I find it always helps when grieving for a lost one. Anybody interested?
Bourbon.
All right, let's pour one out for Jackson.
Yeah, keeping in mind it's Prohibition era right now.
I've drank before. Punchy knows all the ins and outs of the speakeasies in New York. I'm no stranger to the
Well, I prefer
the
whiskey.
bootleg
but
stuff.
In these trying times, one must lower one's standards.
Wow. Yeah. So he like, takes a few glasses out of his bag and pours everybody a drink. It's a fairly good bourbon actually. Pretty good quality. Anybody cares about that? But yes.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. As good as you're gonna really get with like the Prohibition on and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, he breaks out the document regarding Jackson's will, and he mentions that on the 14th, Jackson before his death, Jackson actually visited me and updated his will. Apparently, he thought somebody was trying to kill him, and well, I guess he was right once again, sadly.
Sadly, this time.
Yes, but yes, he mentions a lot of you in his will, and he kind of like he reads out the Lego mumbo jumbo, which kind of goes down like this: that he has Jackson is given full power of attorney to Ramses. Ramses is to use his assets to create a fund, and and with this fund, he would like a lot of you to continue his investigation into the Carlyle expedition. Using this fund, the fund is to pay for the cost of the investigation, given receipts, and on completion of the investigation, you would be rewarded with the entire monetary fund of his estate, which he kind of like looks at Daniel Adler might be more for some of you than for others. Yes, but yes. Other than that, Jackson left a note for to be read to you, though. Yes. Perhaps best if you read it for yourselves. He produces this letter. There is no like I tried to like get like the normal text version. Sorry, but
Oh,
Oh,
you
I'm-
guys have to read the cursive.
Okay, I can read it out loud for everybody. I'm good at reading bad writing.
excellent.
Greetings from beyond the grave. By now you know that I've really left you. Wait. By now you know that all I've really left you is a whole heap of trouble. If I were still around to have an opinion on the matter, I would understand if you decided to walk away from it all. Hell, if I'm dead right now, that's a good indication I would have done the same. But you know me too well, and I know you too well. If you were the kind of person who always did the
Sensible.
sensible thing, we wouldn't be we wouldn't be such good friends. You have been there when I needed you in the past, and I hope you will be again, even if it's too late to save me. I've been pulling threads all over the world, and while most of them are still unraveling, I think I'm onto something big. Carlton and
Jonah.
By Carlton.
Jonah can fill
Something
in more of the details for you. I've left some of my papers and notes with them, which should help you work out which hornet's nests you need to poke next. I trust you to bring my killers to justice. Of course, I'm assuming I was murdered. It will be just plain embarrassing if I was run over by a trolley car. Follow my investigation to its bloody end and seek out the truth. I'm not asking you to finish my book. None of you can write worth a damn.
Excuse
Your
me.
friend always Jackson.
I wrote a thesis,
Okay.
goddammit. Jackson, you son of a bitch.
Well, he knows me pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. But yeah. I'm afraid that Jackson spoke more to Jonah about the details of his investigation than me, but I'm aware it has something to do with the Carlyle expedition.
I see.
Indeed.
So Egypt.
The Carlyle expedition went to a number of places, but
Egypt was
the main
one
goal
thing,
was
yeah.
Egypt. Yeah. I think it went from England to Egypt
To Africa.
to Africa. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's that what you guys know.
All right.
But,
Well, it sounds
yeah.
to me that the torch has been passed.
Yeah. Well, I would wish you good luck. Oh yeah, some more things about the will. That Ramsey is to act as a center for like communication. That you should keep him informed on the matters. And Jackson has left him a black book of dear friends and allies that he can call upon if you need assistance recruiting individuals in your investigation. AKA, this is how you guys could bring more player characters into the fold.
Neat.
more like unsuspecting saps to get murdered.
Hey, you're gonna get paid for this, but you might not live. Haha.
Yeah.
Where they replace
But,
your dead body.
I feel like this is probably like, yeah, unless you guys want to do anything quickly, I feel like this is a good spot to end it as we've just
Yeah.
hit the 2-hour mark. How this investigation kind of works, it's really like big. You guys have a lot of hooks to go through.
We do.
That's what I was gonna say. If you guys have a couple of minutes, I would like to go through our
Yeah.
potential hooks here and plot our avenue.
If you,
of attack.
yeah, if you guys can tell me like what avenue you guys, if you guys want to spend a few minutes to plot here, pick an avenue of which way you're gonna go, it'd help me tremendously.
Okay.
To figure like, because I have to like read a lot and keep a lot in mind, and I can give a better experience if I can kind of guess, kind of know where you guys are going.
All right.
Well, I say first things first. We need to meet with this
Jonah.
Jonah, he's the editor, correct?
He's the
Yes.
editor and publisher for Jackson's books.
Yes, since he seems to be our most respectable reasonable jumping point closest to him. I say we visit him first.
Yeah, he should be priority 1.
Yes. And after that, that's a little more open because we have
The business cards.
we have some interesting cards. I definitely want to hit the libraries / newspaper, as the guy, the Lieutenant Poole suggested, and figure out what more details we can glint about the previous murders.
And the death cult, we can see if there's any information on the death cult that.
Yeah, if you
going
remember, Paul mentioned a Dr. Modishi Lemming.
Yes. Who recognized the symbol as being some African death cult.
So.
Isn't that Mordecai? Isn't that?
Mordecai? Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing names. Sorry, I might have gotten it wrong.
I think it's Mordecai.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's Mordecai.
okay,
Like the
Mordecai.
Fire Emblem
Alright.
character.
So we got newspaper, Jonah, maybe the Dr. Mordecai.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
The business cards.
I can also ask my detective buddy see if he has any other information on anything.
Well, yeah,
okay.
that'd probably be hitting up the police stations or something, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you can dig
that would
up-
probably be like if we get to that.
I
if we
think
have that much
that's
time.
like related to like newspaper clippings, library stuff. That's in
Yeah.
like the same vein of like digging up information on the murders.
Yeah.
If I could chime in here, the letter that we got from the guy is about Jackson looking for a book from Harvard University. We could look into what book he was looking for.
That'd be useful.
Oh, wonderful Harvard. Daniel's not exactly thrilled about visiting Harvard, but
You're not a fan of Harvard?
my father is a professor there.
Oh boy. I sense some bad blood between you two.
You could say that.
There was also
Harvard's a little bit of a trip, though. But
Yeah.
certainly one worth taking.
If
There is
you-
also the Professor Anthony Cowles, PhD,
Mm-hmm.
from Miskatonic.
Oh, from the pamphlet? Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps Adolf and I can pay a visit to our fellow
That sounds like a good idea.
fellow
Yeah,
academic.
you guys probably do. Probably know him. You also probably know his position at Miskatonic is like is on a temporary basis right now. Like he's just like kind of like
It's like
foreign exchange sort
like
of thing,
guest lecturer.
guest lecturer sort of thing. He's currently staying at Miskatonic, but like he's like due for a couple. He's gonna be moving out in a couple of months back to Australia, back to Sydney.
Okay, I would.
But yeah,
What do we know about him so far? Do we know much about him so far?
I mean, probably what we already know from the card, his position, what he studies, and the
Yeah.
temporary gig.
Hmm.
He's from
he's from
Australia.
Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. So I think we check on first the editor.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that we split up and see how much we can dig up
Yeah.
on the murder. And then
By digging up newspaper and hitting up
the
Jacob's
police.
police buddies.
Yeah, digging up as much information as we can on the previous murders, and then
I guess Hilton Adams is being like on that list then, since he's connected, I guess. Because
Do we want to visit the death roll parole guy
Kind of.
right away?
Yeah, well, we don't know when he's getting axed, right? So, might want to do that early on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, we can
Or if
probably
it's gonna-
split that if we are like when you go to talk to the police. And
Yeah, we could do that.
we have a couple that are really good at libraries.
So yeah, let's include him for our talky characters, and the rest of us will hit the books, so to speak. So murder and our death row inmate, and then after that, maybe that Mordecai or fellow, because that's also tangentially related.
Right.
And then if we have time after that, either Miskatonic or Harvard, because the other ones, because we have the business card. I don't want to do.
We have the matchbook.
Yeah, but that's just like a bar, and I don't really know what we're running
Hey, man,
into.
what
look
if
on it, it says Shanghai Fun and Friends.
Yeah, but like I want to hit like the known
Like the hard
safe,
leads.
yeah, like hard leads before we go like, hey, did you hear about this guy that got murdered? What can you tell me? To random strangers. So, yeah, Mordecai, the murders, the editor, and if we have time, do you guys want to do Harvard or Miskatonic first?
Miskatonic first,
I
because we don't know
probably
what book we're looking for.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would probably go to Miskatonic first, just because I would want to go back to the university so I could be like, hey, we
Hey,
need
to add some extended
extended
time off.
leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna take extended leave from now on. See ya.
You're gonna be like me and be tenured.
Yeah.
I think 90 EDU grants me that.
Alright. So, in order of importance, what I've got so far is hitting up Jonah, doing some research for the newspaper and digging into Jacob's police buddies, and then visiting Hilton Adams.
And Dr. Mordecai.
Dr. Mordecai, okay. And then after that, it's Miskatonic University,
Yep.
and then hitting up Harvard for the book.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's a fair order of importance. And we can get
Okay, cool.
get to the other ones as they come.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you still have, like, there's plenty more hooks. I
Yes.
think, what,
We have the imports. We have
Mhm.
the photograph. Was there anything written on the back of the photograph?
let me double check.
The one that looks like it has the, I'm guessing, Chinese jumps.
There's that other letter, but that's in Cairo.
Yeah, that's something that's recovered from the Carlyle expedition. I'm guessing.
There's nothing on the back of the photo.
Okay.
It's just the photo.
Well, you
Let me
mean the
just read this.
matchbook?
Oh, the photo of the ships.
Can we tell like what kind of ships they are, like where they're from?
Oh, some of them are Chinese.
Yeah, yeah, at least two of them you can see like a junks, and one seems to be like an English yacht.
So that building in the background seems more European than Chinese.
It could be Hong Kong or something. There's a lot of
Yeah,
British.
well, yeah, I guess it would be Hong Kong would
There's,
probably be my
there's a
best
lot of
guess.
British influence in China right now.
Well, they owned it.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
British.
Colony
of
thing.
colony.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah, it's kind of you can't really dig much more out of that. Like with your guys' current skill like sets. You might, if you could like find a sailor, you might be able to be like, hey, do you recognize this port? But that's kind of just shooting in the dark there.
Yeah.
Do we?
Well, we can
do
look
we
at the
wanna-
building, and the building is quite large, so it must be quite, maybe not famous, but
Yeah.
You're gonna have good luck finding records in New York on random buildings in China.
Yeah, in the 20s.
Well, I just mean
Yeah.
if we find
Why don't
travelers.
people give me an idea roll, because there's something I could tell you, but I don't know if it would care to any of you.
idea roll, where's
intelligence,
that?
It would be just intelligence, straight intelligence. Yeah, so I guess like
We're just all smart boys. I love it.
everybody's
Wait, I gotta be
Extreme.
smart too. Hold on.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, look at you
Okay.
go.
We're smart.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it probably like maybe all dawns at you at the same time that maybe you could find out more about this in the back issues of the National Geographic. Like they have an important like they cover like
Oh.
important like sort of landmarks that they could potentially have like some information like
Yeah, they
on that building.
yeah, they take a lot of pictures.
Yeah. That's like you guys like think about.
Yeah, well, we're up at
They
the
might know
library.
something.
When we're doing the library stuff, we can always check that.
Yeah, not like it's gonna take very long. All right, but yeah, I think we have a general order. I think
Yeah, that
we're-
covers everything.
we're
All right,
fine.
yeah.
The balance and
Sorry if this this session felt a bit like railroady, as I wanted to get these like the funeral and the reading the will scenes out of the way, and then
So that we could get to the good stuff.
so we could get to all the hooks, and you guys could pick what hooks you wanted to follow, because
You can kill
there are a
one
lot of
us.
hooks, and I can't prepare all of them, and all my mind. Space at the same time.
you didn't want us to jump into hooks before. the
Yeah, be
intro
like,
done.
oh shit, I didn't prepare for this one. Oh crap. Oh jeez.
Who we?
Yeah, you guys like go to like Miskatonic, and they're like, oh, let's go to the imports place. I'm like, shit.
Just out of nowhere.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
and like on the but I believe we have the luck rolls if people want to do those now.
Ah, yes.
So we roll luck.
Stupid.
Hey, you succeeded on the wrong thing, man.
I know.
Ah, shit.
See, this is why you gotta
Oh, no.
spend your luck, so you can get more luck.
Oh yeah, damn, 10 luck points there, Adolf.
One.
I just get 10?
One
Yeah,
D10.
D10. Oh, sorry,
thought- oh, I was
D10.
gonna say, I
Roll a
have
d10.
roll for it, okay.
How's
Yeah,
your luck
sorry.
so low?
He spent
Right.
all of it.
he used 11 on one thing.
Oh yeah.
He was spending it.
What was your base luck?
It was 50.
Oh, okay.
I should tell you that I'm using an optional rule for luck here. That you can, for 30 luck points, avoid certain death. Not 30 luck points. You can avoid certain death. The cost is all your luck points, and you need to have a minimum of 30 luck to do it.
Okay, so I just
Oh,
need to
there-
keep
there's-
above 30.
Oh, are you still doing the avoiding unconsciousness as well?
Yeah, we could have done that, but I guess we forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, Jake could have done that one, but
It's alright,
Wow.
we got a
It's
fun
probably
car
better.
chase.
It's
I
probably better
had
that he
nothing
went
to help
down.
out. Yeah, I had nothing to help with, so it didn't really
Yeah,
matter.
as opposed to getting macheted yet again.
Plus, I got to do like a drive-by because you went down, so I'm happy.
One of the
Thanks,
first drive-bys by an American citizen.
You're welcome. You have to do a drive-by in a very nice car
Yeah, holy shit.
in style.
Drive-by in style.
you're able to end the whole thing before Trevor had to make a drive
I
order
know,
roll.
right? I didn't even get a roll. No check for me.
But you had it 30. Oof.
Yeah.
Would you want to go on Black Ice drive 30 of 30? Drive roll of 30?
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't gonna like punch it or anything. Like I already knew that he was shot, so I was gonna like take it slow and steady and hope that he would just fuck it up himself.
Yeah, he didn't have much better. Like he had actually had a pretty didn't have a good chance at all with the major wound and no driving skill.
Yep.
Just popped him in the shoulder.
Yeah, let's change this.
All right.
Actually, now keep that on. Can't think of a better
Just some silence.
I'm just like, I can't. All of these are just like too. Like, ones I have are a bit too cheery to jump from funeral to.
Yeah, we need something somber, cause like
Yeah.
now we're in the
Stuff to
open
find.
world. We're in the open world part of the game. You know, the world opened up to us.
Yeah.
We gotta look for.
The world opened us. The world opened us, or opened up to us, and
Yes.
Gore's chest opened up to that machete.
Yes.
Oh shit.
All right. Well,
Oh boy.
until next time.
All right.
Until next
that was a
time.
good game.
Hello,
See ya.
Michael.